I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. The most of this night, come on baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. They do. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shivy, he's got to do something about it. The spike is ticking, but Rafa with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas.
My sky smokes will give us all the cover we need.
Headshot on the Cyber, taking him down for a...
Protect our homeland.
They need to start executing on the side. Vision takes down Cyber. Wait a minute.
They can't even make a dent.
He gets no dabs. He just got a share.
Nobody escapes me, but they'll try.
Moving into laps, it's going to be met with very angry members.
Time to mix things up.
It has been absolutely on point with the change coming out. Now Vision with the judge, Heels with the jury, and of course,
Fun position. Viper running around looking for the kill, but the nade from NXS takes him out, and they make it over for the quarterfinals. Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 4. Powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, we have ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. It's a new day, and this time it is going to be the semifinals in the lower brackets. And for the first half, we are going to see Slay Them With Respect go up against Team Villainous. Now, this is going to be, I think, a close matchup, solely because of their track record throughout the entirety of the Challenges series. My name is Apollonia. I'll be your host and caster, and joining me is Aggressive, caster, and analyst. Let's head over into the map veto screen. Aggressive, what are your thoughts right off the bat looking at Slay Them With Respect going up against Team Villainous?
This series has been a story of the underdogs coming in. The fact that Slay Them With Respect being one of those brand new teams, even though we did see them, some of the names coming out on past series, is them reaching the semifinals of the lower bracket just goes to show that this team is absolutely insane. They deserve this spot, and now comes their biggest challenge: being able to take down one of the top dogs of this tournament, being Team Villainous, is going to be their driving factor. That's going to push them forward even further as a team. And if they're able to beat Villainous, this is going to be their stepping stone for the next big thing.
Indeed, Team Villainous consistently reaching the top 8 since the Challenges Series 1. For 4 series, they have always made it to the top 8. And honestly, I think that's very impressive, solely because, there is consistency. This team, they're striving to learn. And Team Villainous, they're pretty deep into the competition right now. So they're in a relatively good spot. This is the lower bracket, but it still is a chance to continue fighting. And as for Slay Them With Respect, we nicknamed them the underdogs. They came out of literally nowhere. Slay Them With Respect, I do recall one of the series, I think they reached up to about the round of 32. But all in all, this series, I think this is the best that they have ever performed. So a lot is on the line for both these teams to kind of prove themselves right here, right now. From Slay Them With Respect, I will say that I very much enjoy watching Love and Appa, both of them as players. If you are looking at Team Villainous, who do you think we should keep an eye out for?
When we're thinking about Team Villainous, the main people that I want to keep an eye out is going to be the X Factors, being NXS. NXS, when he's having a good day, the team feels as though they're in a different form entirely. And of course, there is Gorong. Gorong is ever so consistent whenever he goes on those controller agents, when he plays those omens, when he plays those brimstones. It's like the team revolves around his playstyle. And every single time when we see Gorong popping off, that means the team is in very, very good form, and they know exactly what they're going to be doing moving forward in any of the rounds that they face.
Indeed, Team Villainous, they have kind of like their own way of playing. And what I like is that recently, especially watching their gameplay, they have changed it up quite a bit. The previous Team Villainous, the early days of Team Villainous, it was very straightforward. If they were on attack, they would just go and attack. If they were on defense, they would just defend, rotate when it's pretty obvious that the opponents are going into their territory. But now you can see a lot more versatility with Team Villainous. You can see their gears working. You can see that they think and they anticipate what their opponents are going to do, and then they act accordingly. Now, as for Slay Them With Respect, Love, he is one of the primary duelists of the team. And the last time around, I do believe he was the top fragger, and he likes to play specifically Jet. So that is going to be pretty cool. And hopefully Love performs, and he will be, the flying Jet that we always love. And we see so many talented players across the tournament. Now, looking at the map of choice, I believe it is Ascent. Now, Ascent can be pretty tricky solely because there's a lot of long range. How would you advise both these teams to approach Ascent? And what more, a lot of these teams are comfortable here. How do you
Ascent
give them the extra edge? Yeah.
Yeah, Ascent is one of those maps that I would say you need to have proper mid control because a lot of the teams that when it comes to the experience factor do not establish mid control, and even if they do establish mid control, they're not really utilizing it at all. The main issue is that I face when you have mid control, you can cut off any form of rotation that can come out. You know for a fact that the enemy team are going to be at least stacking 3 or 2 members on B, 3 or 2 members on A. So you can cut off that rotation, hold it down with one member only with the help of a smoke coming out. And Gorong is one of those players who's going to be able to lurk. He's going to be able to hold it out. And then you execute onto a site while holding down the flank route with all of your other members, while you have that one member lurking out and checking that mid side, making sure that nothing's really going to happen. And after that, then you have the entirety of the site to yourself. And people and then teams are not really establishing that. That is going to hurt them the most. And hopefully, I'm going to be seeing that coming out from Team Villainous and from the side of Slay Them with Respect.
All right. So for all you guys that are watching, before we begin, it seems like both the teams are having a little bit of trouble, but we should get into the action very shortly. I would like to let you guys know that we have a massive sale on LG monitors. Links are in the description. Series 5 registrations are now open, so grab your buddies and join in on the fun, which kicks off next month. And as well as do check out the links in the description. We have a lot of cool little links. Check them out. They're all so easy to click and have a look at. Like and subscribe, click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. Now, okay, back into the action. So now this being the lower bracket semifinals, how the double elimination works is that there is one game that you play in the upper bracket. If you get pushed down to the lower bracket, you've got to play 2 games. So we know that, you know, Team Villainous, they have been here for a while, Slay Them with Respect. The fight is really tough. There's a lot on the line. There's a lot of pressure. Now, in scenarios where, you know, it's really difficult to overcome, what do you think is the best way an IGL or a team, like how do you think a team can kind of, you know, relax themselves and try to put their head into the competition and just play their best? Because we have actually seen a lot of teams on stream kind of crumble, and it has happened a lot, especially during the Series 4.
I think the main reason why it happened a lot during the Series 4 is due to the fact that these unknown teams, being Powerpuff Boys, being Paratroops not being an unknown team, of course, they were like one of the underdogs of the tail going up all of a sudden now coming into here. It was so massive, and now it's going to be Slay Them with Respect as well coming up. This is just absolutely a beautiful tale indeed. And the main thing I want Team Villainous to do is not to underestimate the opponents. With them being the underdogs, they have made it this far. They're on the same caliber as you. And with XS showing off his favorite happy face, he's gonna be going in this game with a lot of confidence on his side to work with. And Team Villainous, they're one of those teams that are never gonna underestimate their opponents. I believe that to be so. So I want to see them bring down their A game and go head to head, bring out all of the strategies, pull out all the stops to beat Slay Them with Respect. And not just be like, hey, we are one of those teams that we are at the top of everything. We can do it. We don't have to worry about anything. Just be like, hey, these are guys are at the same tier as us, same level as us. So let's not crumble, even if we have a bad start. There are still like other 13 rounds to go. So you have a lot to work with.
Indeed. NXS, I do recall the last few games that he has had, you know, hasn't quite been his time, but today could be a very much a different day for him, especially, you know, with that Sheriff buy in the first round. I'm going to look forward to those one taps, and we see everyone else on the side of Team Villainous. They are going to be carrying the Ghost. Now, let's have a look at Slay Them with Respect. 3 Ghosts, 2 Light Armor, so definitely a little bit more tankiness on the side of the attack are very much needed, you know, considering defense will be holding off angles, and Slay Them with Respect, they ultimately gotta find a way to infiltrate and get that spike plant, but just a bunch of buddies chilling out, and hopefully we'll get this match started very soon. Now, looking at the team compositions, I do believe that the differing factors between both these team comps is the Raze on the side of defenders and the Phoenix on the side of attack. Now, this could actually be a massive difference because Phoenix offers utilities such as a flash and a little bit of control with his firewall, and he's able to scout areas very quickly with his ultimate. Raze, on the other hand, she is more flashy. She does a lot of damage. So, I definitely am going to see if NXS and Bon F are going to be critical factors of the team. Now, Love will find first blood onto Cruiser, and this will be Appa securing the spike plant as Team Villainous rotate and make their way for the retake.
Retake is going to be one of those much more difficult scenarios with one member already going down. NXS not really having a lot of utility as he did by the Sheriff in that first round is going to be moving forward from the Heaven side, seeing what they can find. But still, it is going to be Gorong slowly moving his way up. But Vision chimes in from the back end with the flag. He finds one. Love finds one onto Gorang. Bondep onto Quake. But NXS, he has Bond's phone number. He's going to be calling him up with Vision coming in from the side to clean it all up with a headshot, ladies and gentlemen. And it's gonna be Team Villainous with Vision's extremely good flank coming in from the back end to clean up the last two remaining members, and then finally getting Bond F with his buddy NXS to clean up that pistol round. That was such a well executed retake because they waited for Vision to clear out that A side for the A main side before they started pushing in forward, and Vision as well with that expert trigger control firstly cleared out the entirety of A main, saw what he could find, and then finally going in for that play before anything else happened. And this is what happens when the Cypher dies really early. You're not gonna have that flank watching tool on your side, and that is why the Cypher needs to be playing a lot more defensively and in a lot of these situations. And I see Cyphers dying. In this new update, you need to play a lot more reserved, I would say, in comparison to the old playstyles. But immediately we're gonna be seeing a heavy push going onto this A side. Appa takes one, Gorong takes one, Quake and Cruiser God though chimes in with their kill. Quake gets a double kill coming out from his side, and it's just gonna be clean up beauty for the entirety of Villainous.
Played him with respect, eco round, and Quake's gonna end that round off with a triple kill. Very nicely done right at A long. They stopped all the attackers before they could even touch the A site. But off to a very good start. We do see Vision and Quake with 3 kills and Gorang there with 2. And that is Team Villainous. So now we will be going into the third round. Apologies, the second round, it was a little bit of a force buy, I do believe, coming out from Slay Them With Respect. So they got an eco now. 3 Sheriffs. I mean, it is possible for a thrifty round for Slay Them With Respect, but looking at Team Villainous with all the Spectres and Bond F with that one time onto Vision, looking at all the Spectres and the Phantom here that NXS has invested in, that is going to be pretty tough to break through. But one man down on the side of defense, the attack can definitely look for an opportunity here.
That hack is slowly looking to take it down. It is going to be mid control being established by the side of Slay Them With Respect, but still, they're not able to take full mid control. If they send that one member in, it's going to be NXS spotting out the head of Juve and taking it out immediately. One member has gone down for each side though, so a 1-for-1 blow. This is the eco round, remember, for the side of Slay Them With Respect. So they're going to be walking on in, but Love, he comes in massive with the Sheriff. He's able to take out 2 immediately. Cleans up NXS as well on that side, but Love, he's looking to upgrade his gun onto that Phantom. Wants to pick it up from the body of NXS. Slowly going to be moving around, but Love giving it to his teammate. Really smart move because he does have very little HP to work with. Slowly moving up with that Spectre with the water gun in hand to take over that B side, and Quake, he's moving away. He doesn't know exactly where they're gonna be. No smokes available for the side of Love, but Quake, he has them in their crosshair range. He's gonna be going in for the spray down if he goes for the peek right now, but he's not opting for the peek. He's playing it safe, waiting for his teammate, and the spike plant is just about to go down for the side of Slay Them With Respect.
Now Quake here, immense amount of patience. Slay Them With Respect, they do secure the plant. We can see the Cypher coming in for the rotate. Now Quake's gotta be quick. That running back is gonna keep the Phoenix very much safe. Out comes the recon bolt just to get a little bit of info. Bon F raising the wall just to slow down the defenders. They will loop around, still look for that opening. Bon F is about to get protect, takes up the spy cam, and Quake, Cruiser God, both take down the last 2 members of Slay Them With Respect with ease, and that will be an easy defuse for Team Villainous with 8 seconds left to spare. 3 rounds in a row, coming in heavy, and showing a little bit of dominance here is Team Villainous.
That round was well played coming out from the side of Team Villainous. Yes, they lost a lot of members, but they played on the trades. And I love the idea of Quake to not take the aggressive peek, risking his own life, forcing Cruiser God into a 1v1 situation. He said, okay, let him plan. We're going to go in together, and then we're going to take control of the site away from Team Villainous, getting the picks one by one. Because they know for a fact that Love is extremely low, so they don't have to worry about getting those headshot kills. And that Spectre, if you just spray it down, one bullet is going to hit him no matter what. And if they play as a team, they can at least play in for the trade. Well played round coming out from the side of Team Villainous. And SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, I understand what you wanted to do, but at the same time, this was an eco round for them, so it really did work out in their favor at the bare minimum. So, good round coming out from both sides. But still, Team Villainous, they are 1 point up on the board moving forward.
Alright, and now we're going to move into the next round. SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, they do have their full buys. We can see there, Bond F owning the Vandal. Might just push here into a short. Might be an attack for A side. Gorang in the garden. Just gonna wait for a bit. The main controller of Team Villainous comes out massive when it's needed. Vision here with the operator. Just gonna watch mid, and a very nice wall raised by Bond F there. Allowed for the rest of the attackers to move across the mid courtyard from A short over to B main. Now Vision finds the shot onto Bond F. NXS is gonna chime in. That's a second kill for Vision. Looks like a pretty uncoordinated attack from SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT. And Love is gonna find a kill of his own. Vision takes a triple, and Quake just wraps that up onto Nepu. And that will be the 4th round secure. Team Villainous so quick with their rotate. And Vision there, just pulling back from mid, listening to the calls, I presume. And coming here, picking up that triple kill. So quick, so precise with his shots. SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT definitely has to look out for him.
You remember what I told you about before? Establishing mid control, and now this time they established mid control, but they didn't really even use it in their favor. Love sitting on mid. Every single one of his teammates were just trying to push in. He should have, at the bare minimum, tried to go on forward, get some information for his team, and then work on it. It wasn't really going to be coming through, but it's going to be Vision getting that first kill off with the operator this time around. But finally, mid control has been established by the side of SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, and they're taking it aggressively. But Gorang, he has something to say about it. He's able to take out Bond F as well. But it's going to be Love being able to pick up that operator for himself. He does have the firepower in hand. Will he be able to take the shot? Appa takes one onto NXS. And Love, he does miss the shot, but it's going to be able to scare off Quake from this mid side for just a little while longer, pushing it down to a 3v3 scenario. SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, they have the potential in them, but with no armor and just guns, they need to execute together, and they need to execute quick.
Now Team Villainous losing 2 members. They've got to cling on to their guns, make something out of it, because SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT does look like a little bit of a thrifty round as they make their way over onto A long, looking for that A side push. There's going to be Cruiser God with the spy cam. Very handy indeed, as he'll be able to spot them out. And now the attackers are on site. Gorang comes in with the spray. He's gonna take down Nepu, and he's gonna find the other. Love will fall. Triple kill for Gorang, and that's gonna be a 4K to end the round off. The controller that you can trust. Gorang has been performing very consistently throughout the course of the Challenger series, and you know, it's almost like he could be the mascot for the team. But in any case, when it comes to Team Villainous, Gorang has his moments, and we can also look to Quake, Love, to definitely show the competition as well. But this was a good round for Team Villainous. Losing 2 members is not too bad. Gorang also securing those last few kills definitely saved a lot of the economy for his team.
Cover going out.
Gorang, when he shows up, his entire team is going to show up. We have seen this time and time again. He, in my eyes, Gorang is like one of those people that boosts the morale for the entire team. Whenever he plays his best, he's gonna put that energy into his team. And just Vision right through the smoke is able to find 1 kill on the Mondef. He did his job with the operator. He does go down to Juve there, but still he does what he needed to do, ladies and gentlemen. The trades are gonna be coming out 1 for 1. That was a beautiful kill. The Hunter's Fury is gonna be used by the side of Quake, and it's gonna be Appa going in for a very fast forward big catching Quake off guard, using the teleport at exactly the right time when the Hunter's Fury was getting popped out. So Quake, he had no clue that the teleport was being used, and he heard no footsteps whatsoever. So that was a well played part coming out from the side of Slaythem with respect. But at the same time, they did have mid control, and once again they are gonna be actually watching the flank this time around. So we're seeing a push coming out from Appa in the back end, trying to cut off Cruiser God. But Cruiser God, no one's gonna be spotting him out just yet. Love looking at the wrong side, gets caught off guard, and Cruiser God comes in from the back, and he's able to find 2 of the flank routes, but it's gonna be Edix's getting the first kills on them. Goes in for the spray, but Edix's with the nades and with the gun is able to spray down Appa with a 3K. Taking them all out is gonna be Team Villainous once again. And again, I'm stating this. When you have mid control, you need to try and push in, cut off the flank routes, cut off the rotations at the bare minimum, keep them busy. You don't need to kill them. Allow your team the chance to go in and do what they need to do inside of the site. And that is what's hurting Team Slaythem with respect the most.
Indeed, we do see Slaythem with respect trying to rotate and find that opening, but it doesn't seem to be fruitful. And I would suggest that, you know, the attackers might have to use their abilities a little bit more in sync, perhaps put out a lurker, create some ruckus. They've got to create their own space. And Team Villainous, they are waiting patiently in defense and just mowing down the attackers when they attack. Now Gorang, he's going to take out a lot of HP there from Juven and just back away. Now Vision here in the mid area. Gonna be blocked off by that Cloudburst. It's gotta be a little bit careful. Bondef will find the headshot onto NXS. And this is Slaythem with respect. Looking a lot more promising this round. There's something about the Sheriffs that does the work for these attackers. And I'm okay with that. Now pushing up into a long Appa. He'll be taking short while his team makes the wide rotate. Appa, he's gonna wait very patiently. Around the corner is the Cypher, but you know, discipline is key. Now 30 seconds left on the clock. Bon F pops that ultimate, and he's gonna scout the area. No defenders to be found. Can definitely relay that to the team. And this is where the push should come in from Slaythem with respect. Another member from Team Villainous does fall. And now the defenders are caught in a little bit of a pickle as the spike has been planted. Now the timer is at a disadvantage for the defense.
This is going to be a massive round for the side of Slaythem with respect, because look at this. They're going to be winning out an eco round, going into a 5 versus 3. It's going to be massive, but Vision, he has something to say about it. At Bondef, he's able to answer back, and already the trades are coming in left, right, and center. Quake going in for the place. Quake! What? You don't do that to Appa! That is not illegal whatsoever! He's probably gonna clutch it out, but Nepu, he closes him down at the very last second. Quake playing micro shot in the game of Valorant, it seems. This is not aim labs. He's like, oh, I click on the recon bolt, and then I immediately flick and click on Appa's heads. That was absolutely incredible, and that was a very close round. That could have gone in either side, and an amazing play coming out from Quake himself. But Nepo, ever so consistent when he's on that Cypher, is going to be able to find out the last remaining kill and take it to a 6-1. The first round for the side to Slaythem with respect.
Quake, you can't do that to Appa. But that was a very good clutch there from Slaythem with respect, securing their first round. Now we do see two ultimates very much ready. They can make the investment, and Vision connects that shot right onto Appa. Looks like that Omen's not having a very good day. Bon F with the flash does hit himself with it, but nothing much to worry about. Dark cover did keep them pretty much safe. Now Vision's tagged down to 17 HP, misses his shot by a hair. And Vision is gonna attempt a shot right through the wall with the help of the recon bolt. from his trusty Sova. Now Gorang here, he spots out one, but Bon F is gonna come out on top. Quake is quick to return the kill. Now it's Juven's turn, and Slay Them With Respect. They are going for the A site once again. Juven finds the kill onto Cruiser God, and now Team Villainous with 3 members and Vision with not much health. They gotta make this retake work, or it will be for the attackers to take.
Would already love taking that first kill on Division, forcing it onto a 2v3 scenario, but there is that X factor being Quake and NX says these two best friends when they're together. It's gonna be a hectic fight. It's gonna be the showstopper coming out. Nepu gets 4 kills onto NX, but Quake, he's like an angel raining death from above, being able to take out Nepu immediately. And Quake, he wants to try and get this operator away from the side of Slay Them With Respect. Good team play and communication coming out from the side of Team Villainous to know that, but at the same time, NX says when he had that showstopper, I knew this retake was just gonna be so beautiful, because Quake, he has Heaven Sight, and there's gonna be NX's having that Garden Sight. Quake, he's gonna be able to push in. He has the recon bolts, he has the shock darts, he can make a lot of noise waiting for NX's to come in. And Love, he needs to try and intercept NX's, otherwise his entire plan, like his entire team is gonna be under the ropes. If that showstopper is not killed immediately, that is when the real problem is gonna happen. And if it was just Quake, it was a very much a possible round to win, but when NXS does have the showstopper, he's gonna put a lot of pressure and cause the entirety of Slay Them With Respect to just hide out instead of actually taking a lot of aggressive peeks.
Now Vision finds the shot onto Bon F. He's running away. 50 HP. Nepu will fight NXS. And for Team Villainous touching that previous round, that operator that was saved is massive. Now Vision made good use of it, finding that 1 kill. Down to 50 HP. He's going to take out the Blade Storm. Appa secures the plant. And Team Villainous, they're very much ready to make their entrance. Now, do take note, all the post-plant positions of Slay Them With Respect is on site. Now, they have to be careful because they could potentially be caught in a crossfire, or, you know, it could go either way. So let's see how this pans out as Quake here, he's gonna wait his turn, and there is the Hunter's Fury. He's gonna find 1 kill, he might just find the second, and that is a double kill for Quake. This is why it is a little bit questionable to have your post-plant positions all just, you know, crowded into one area. I felt that Slay Them With Respect should have definitely taken themselves out of the B site, go into B main or the market, find somewhere else, spread yourself out and work around the information that you get. And that will be the 8th round secured for Team Villainous. And this first half is not looking too good at all for the attackers.
Like, the way Quake plays his Hunter's Fury, I think then the main issue that happened right there was Slay Them With Respect was not ready for a Sova ultimate. They didn't track the ultimates that were present from the side of Team Villainous, and they just took that peak in such a fashion that they just got caught off guard. It's gonna be Vision getting tagged down really low. That was an eco round though for their side, so they did get the spike plant at the bare minimum. So it's not gonna be the end of the world for them moving forward, but still, it's going to be a dangerous play indeed. It's going to be Bondef slowly making his way through that A-short angle. Some form of control has been established from that side, but Gorang, he's holding it down, and we know how dangerous he's going to be. Bondef uses the run it back to try and get that kill, and he's going to be able to find Gorang with a fast flick shot straight to the head, but Cruiser God, he's holding on the side with Quake coming in as well. He gets one onto Love to take it down to a 4 versus 3 scenario, ladies and gentlemen, and they're still trying to force themselves into this A side.
But this is Appa here. He's gonna make himself known on site. Cruiser God almost gets burned, but Bonnet actually puts a bullet right through him. Now Vision tagged by the Paranoia. He's gonna whip out that operator and look for that kill. Appa will find NXS. Team Villainous, not too good of a spot that they're in, but Vision
30
and
seconds left.
Quake, they have done this time in a timeout. Vision tries for the shot, but Quake is gonna pull it back, and he might just...
Rotation.
Oh, it seems like Team Villainous, this is Quake here, realizing that, hey, the spike is not gonna get planted on A, and there it is, he picks up the kill on Nepu. Now he's gonna make his way to the B site. and go for the retake. And meanwhile, Vision does find the kill onto Bond F. Team Villainous splitting up their defenses in the midst of all this chaos. That is great communication. That is great teamwork. Now Appa here, it's up to him to clutch, but Quake does it once again, and that will be a total of a 3K. Quake is coming out massive this game. It is absolutely insane. What a performance. And I really like that scenario. It was a 2v3 situation. Team Villainous with the man disadvantage, but Quake realized that the spike wasn't going to be planted on A. And he made the rotation. He caught Nepu off guard, and he picked up the final kill onto Appa. So Team Villainous, their coordination is definitely on point.
I love the play coming out from Team Villainous. That communication, just as I said, was absolutely beautiful. I was noticing that Appa was making the rotation onto the B side a bit too early. This is why when you're gonna sell these, sell this fake side executes, you need to do it early, very early, or you need to do it very late into the round. You need to have extremely good prediction when it comes to when you need to plan down the spike, and Slaythem with respect doing it a bit too early. He's gonna be causing a lot of blood. Cruzagon, he's in his favorite position, tries to go in for the discipline play, but gets taken out by Love. And that situation, Gorang Paranoia didn't really come in to save him at the exact same time. Gorang though gets tagged down to 67 HP with the shock dart coming out from the side of Juven. Vision slowly making his way through with the operator, with the cloud blast coming out from Love. It's gonna be forcing him back off that angle, but Quake, he's gonna be jumping on down. He is raining hell from above, no matter what situation of it spots. Out Nepu coming in for the side, but NXS, he takes a fast peek. He's able to find two for the backhand Appa. He finds one with the operator, but still it's gonna be NXS with his trusty Sheriff being able to get that last remaining kill on Appa. 3K for the side of Nexus. And a spike defuse, taking it to a 10-1 for the side of Team Villainous in the last round of this half.
I think Ascent being the map that it is, I do feel that it can be more defense favored, and Team Villainous, they look so comfortable in their element. Slaythem with respect on the side of attack. By no means are they a weak team at all. I just do feel that the post-plant positions could be a little bit of a problem amongst the team, getting caught in a very small area that was mostly on site. It can be prevented, but we're going into the last round before the swap. It's Slaythem with respect can secure this. It just puts them in a better place to, you know, try to work for that massive comeback. And one more in the second half, they will be on the side of defense. Now Bond F here, very aggressively pushing the dark cover, picks up the headshot onto Vision, and now mid control. Well, they did get a little bit of mid-control, but it seems like Slaythem with respect is going to pull it back. But Cruzagon here with the defense, he finds a triple before he goes down to Love. And that is exactly what you need to do on the side of defense. Quake takes down Love, and the last member standing will be Nepu. But Cruzagon, we didn't see him the last time around. I do believe it was Dodge that stepped in for him, but it's great to see that Cruzagon is back in action.
He's one of those explosive players that you always want to keep your eyes on, but it is going to be Nepu going in this 1v2 scenario against NXS and Quake. Nepu, he's going to be able to find one on the Quake with a fast flick shot. Nepu way too quick, especially when he is in these clutch scenarios. He's smooth, he's calm, he's collected. Didn't opt to go in for the neural test though. He doesn't know exactly where NXS is. And NXS chiming in with his own headshot. He's able to clean up Nepu, clutching it out for the side of Team Villainous, taking the last round of this half, taking it to an 11-1. This is going to be a tall order because now Team Villainous, they're on the attack.
Switching sides.
And we know how dangerous they can be when it comes to team play and coordinated plays that they have. Slaythem with respect, the one thing that they did have in their favor was that Phoenix to try and break into a lot of these sides with the flashes. They can play aggressively, but now that they're on defense, that Phoenix flash, they need to play aggressively, take the fight towards the side of Team Villainous, but at the same time, if you take the fight to Villainous, you're going to be at the disadvantage because they have their race.
Now, moving into the second half, 11-1. Slaythem with respect. Now, in the first half, some of the rounds were extremely close, but it was almost like Slaythem with respect was just, you know, an inch away from grasping those victories to secure those rounds for themselves. But right here, right now, we're gonna move into the second half. Let's see if SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT still has a little bit of fighting spirit here on map 1.
What?
Vision will get the kill onto Love. There's 2 members down on the side of defense, and Vision is just pushing at this point. He is confident, gonna just dash away to safety and approach them from a different angle. Juven stops the bad man in his tracks. Now last 2 members is Juven and Nepu on the side of SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT. They're gonna attempt the retake here. They have to. And NXS connects the headshot right onto Nepu. Juven, last man standing, picks up Gorang, but it's still a 1v3 situation. And he picks up the 3rd kill onto NXS. He might just find the 4th one, but Cruisergod's just too quick. And that will be match point secured for Team Villainous.
I want to see that shot coming out from Cruisergod. What was that? What was that? Cruisergod! Bro, no, you don't do that to that man. He was looking front. He did a 180 flick upwards and just one-tapped Juven with 1 bullet. What was that? This guy's an absolute mad lad. I understand, but you don't have to do it like that. Taking it to overtime, like taking it to match point with something like that, that has gotta hurt a lot towards the side of SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT. But at the same time, Team Villainous, they're not out here to play. They're out here to win, and they're out here to go back into those top dogs and take the title win for this series. But at the same time, they're still gonna be having to go through an entire army here, and it's gonna be Nepu with the Stinger sitting on the back end. Appa takes one of the Cruisergod, and Nepu, he's the last remaining line of defense coming out on this side. He does go down, and the B side control has been established by the side of Team Villainous, and the spike plant is gonna be going down real shortly.
Now Quake here, he's in a very different position, very much far away from his buddies, but that will be the kill secured by Gorang. Beautiful triple kill, and Team Villainous take map 1 in this lower bracket of the semifinals. So it was a really good game for Team Villainous, and honestly, that was a stomping. With a scoreline of 13-1, I think SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, they struggled to find their footing here. But Team Villainous, they just look so comfortable on Ascent. They started out in defense. They made full use of their strengths. And then coming into the second half, it was pretty much a 2-round wrap-up. Quake, he played absolutely out of his mind, and Cruisergod definitely coming up onto the board as well. But overall, the synergy from Team Villainous and how coordinated they were, it was a treat to watch. Now, we're going to talk more about what went down by moving into Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook. Perfect. Powered by 4000 Series Ryzen Processors. Can't forget that one. And perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, on the topic of SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT and Team Villainous, SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, you know, this is, I think, the furthest that they have made it in the Challengers series. So, you know, they have been through a lot as a team. And we know that they have the potential to be really great, to be awesome, to show us that they can reach the, they can take a spot in the top 4. But for this game, it was almost like, you know, we couldn't quite see the confidence. We didn't see any combos, much combos with their abilities. We couldn't quite understand their plans and their strategies. Sometimes they would take over mid and, you know, they have the mid control, but they pull it back and go for a rotation at A short, or they go for a rotation through B main. And it's a little bit confusing because, you know, you did that work, you got the frags, but you're not pushing your lead. And, you know, for right now, being in the low bracket, this means everything because if they do lose, if either team loses, there's no more chances. And we would have to see them back again in Series 5. As for Team Villainous, it was a job well done. Very, very dominant performance, very aggressive as well. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. And Quake just played absolutely out of his mind. And it's good to see Cruisergod come back. He is definitely a key component to the defense of Team Villainous. What are your thoughts, Aggressive?
As you just stated before, Cruisergod, he's like that pillar for the entirety of Team Villainous. When he's alive, he's like that constant stream of info that Team Villainous is like, where are the enemies? Cruiser like, I'm gonna turn on my hacking skills and I'm gonna type everywhere, and here is where they are. Cruiser got just giving so much info to the entirety of the team with his prowess, with his game sense, and of course Gorang taking the lead with his own skills, was able to push forward Team Villainous in such a way that their strategy book, I saw them constantly change up their strategy, the way they played the defense. Maybe sometimes they played it slowly, sometimes they pushed up really far so that they can take mid control, and then they pushed back immediately, played it defensively, they played it slow, waited for Slayden with respect to come into their hands, played at those off angles, played it in a very aggressive manner. To take it all away, Slayden with respect, they didn't really even have a chance to adapt to the playstyles that Team Villainous was bringing, allowing Team Villainous to take a lot of these rounds away from them on the attacking half, where they should have had the disadvantage because Bondef was on that Phoenix, but that Phoenix was not really able to do anything, mainly because, first of all, again, mid control not being established and being used. I keep on saying that over and over again, but most teams, they are going to be picking up on that moving forward, coming from Series 4 into Series 5, but still, that is one thing, and the other thing is that not playing enough for the trades. We've seen a lot of these situations that Bondef, he was going in alone. Love, he was going in alone. And even when they did play for the trades, two members went down, and then only one member went down from the side of Team Villainous when it did come to the trade fights. Them losing in both of these aspects hurt Stadium with respect the most, causing this 13-1 loss.
All right, so guys, if you are a fan of Slay Them with Respect, remember they still have a chance to come back in this best of 3. And if you are fans of Team Villainous, rejoice because your boys just secured map number 1. Now we're going to prep for map number 2. Just a few announcements. Remember, we have a massive sale on LG monitors. Links are in the description. And Series 5 registrations are now live. So do join in on the action. We're going to have so much fun next month. So as we prep for map number 2, stay tuned. We'll be back very shortly with Slay Them with Respect versus Team Villainous.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand.
Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shivy, he's got to do something about it. The spike is ticking, but Rapper with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas.
My sky smokes will give us all the cover we need.
Headshot onto Cyber, taking him down for
Protect our homeland.
They need to start executing on the side. Vision takes down Cyber. Away from them.
They can't even make a dent.
He gets no dabs. He just got a share.
Nobody escapes me, but they'll try.
Thinking two laps, he's going to be met with very angry members.
Time to mix things up.
He has been absolutely on point with the change coming out. Now Vision with the judge, Heal with the jury, and
On position, Viper running running around looking for the kill, but the nade from NXS takes him out, and they make it over for the finals. Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. We have ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. We're back with map number 2 between Slay Them With Respect versus Team Villainous, and we saw the Villains secure map 1 for themselves in this best of 3 here in the lower bracket of the semifinals. So let's not wait too much and head right over into the map veto screen and have a look at which map will be up next. So we can see that it will be Haven for map number 2, and this is actually, you know what, Haven is my favorite map. It has so many opportunities. What do you think we can expect here, Aggressive?
It's gonna be the Phoenixes coming out from both sides. We know for a fact Haven is one of those maps where Phoenix, if you don't have a Phoenix, you're basically throwing on this map. So me not seeing either a Reyna or a Phoenix, of course, is gonna be one of those things that I'm gonna be like, why are you doing this? Why are you pulling on my heartstrings? Something's gonna be coming up, and Team Villainous, they have a very, very massive track record on this map. They have won almost every single game, I believe, almost every single game when it comes to Haven. And they have a lot of strategies on this. They love to rotate, they love to play differently every single time. And Vision, are you making CA come out of his hiding spot, and he's gonna jump on my chair? He's gonna jump into my chair if you pick this, right? Pick this one pick right now. But still, it's gonna be an interesting pick. But I don't think Vision's gonna be opting in to go for that Viper play on Haven. But it does seem as though they are not really playing any flashes coming out on the side of Haven. This is not really a strategy that I've seen a lot coming out from the side of Team Villainous. They normally do opt to go in for one of those flash picks at the bare minimum, with Vision at least going onto that Phoenix, onto that Reyna when it comes to Haven. But this time around, they're going in for their tried and true tested strategy, being the Raze and being the Jet. But at the same time, now that Team Slay Them With Respect have those 2 flashes, they can easily establish garage control and also push into A short, A long with ease in comparison to the side of Team Villainous.
I think what was pretty interesting was that Slay Them With Respect ran a 3 duelist comp with an initiator and a controller. Now, on the side of defense, I'm not sure how that is going to fare, but on attack, man, they've got a lot of vision impairment abilities. Let's head over into the match. And there it is. You can see that Slay Them With Respect, they're running that Phoenix, the Reyna, the Raze. They're starting out on the side of attack. So let's see how that is going to work out for them. It's going to be very cool. As for Team Villainous, you mentioned no flashes. They are starting out the side of defense, so Gorang there on the Omen and Kuzagod on the Cypher. It'll be really crucial. We gotta keep our eyes on them at all times. But kicking this off, it will be the pistol round. And let's see what Slay Them With Respect has. They are on site. Gorang here, he's gonna fall. And that's gonna be 2 kills for the attackers and only 1 for the defenders. This is gonna get a little bit tricky. But let's see if the retake will prevail. Love finds the kill of Division.
Does find that kill. NXS though with his trusty sheriff taps in 1, taps in twice. He's gonna be able to take out his own clone. He needs to try and execute down into the side, but with only 4 bullets left, he needs to make these shots count. He's gonna be spotting out 1. He goes in for the Taz, but Juven, he's way too quick. He's gonna be able to find out 1 onto NXS. Quick gets that 1 time onto Pondab, but Nepu sitting on that C-long side is able to clean it up, and a fast execute is what you need to do when you have these triple duelist compositions, because the more you play, the more you move forward, people are gonna understand how you're gonna be playing. The main issue of triple duelist composition is that it purely relies on raw, unfiltered aggression and very, very quick aim duels. And Slay Them With Respect, they're a team that excels when it comes to these aim duel type scenarios, and they need to try and close this map out really quickly, because Team Villainous is one of those teams that adapt really quickly. They have a lot of different strategies to go up against such levels of aggression, and if they're not really able to close it out fast enough, they're going to find a way to stop all of this. And already we're seeing a very heavy push coming onto this mid side from Gorang and Vision. They're going to be fighting on one guy, which is going to be Juven with the backcourt. A love to answers back onto NXS. And Juven, he tries to go in for that play, but Gorang chimes in with his own shots with a frenzy. Cruiser God comes in with his own one tap, being able to take out Love, forcing it into a 4v3 scenario. And this hyper aggressive push coming out from the side of Team Villainous do give them that advantage against the two remaining members, but the spike has gone down on A, and post-plant situations have already been established in a much more map-controlled position, which will allow SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT to control everything.
Now, Appa here, after the plant, he has moved up into defender side spot. He's going to find the second kill, but Quake is quick to return it. It's down to a 2v2. The Jet on the side of Team Villainous there, extremely low, and the spike is taking him, running out of time, and Quake will find him. Bondev takes down Vision, 1v1. Quake with only 22 HP. The spike might just blow, and Bondev secures the last kill. He will get away safely, and SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT coming into map 2, looking rejuvenated. They looked at the drawing board, they figured out new plans, and as aggressive as their composition is, their approach is very much in your face as well. And you know how in map 1, you know, the post plants were a little bit dodgy on the side of SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, but if they keep this up here, like what they did in round 2, they're definitely going to go far, and they might be able to look for that comeback.
The way they held the postman scenario, as you stated before, it took map control, and this allowed them to work out so well with their hyper aggressive composition, because they have abilities that can allow them to get out of any sort of these situations. And all of these players, they know exactly what they're going to be doing. The run it back has been used as well to gain side control. Knows that there's some form of information coming out from their side. That Vision, he chimes in with his own headshots, being able to take out Ruben and Bondev. He's able to catch Vision off guard, coming in from an off angle. Love takes one over Gorang as well, but NX, as he answers back with his own kill, going into a 2 versus 3 scenario. It's going to be Appa being able to take out Cruiser God. Quake chimes in with his own headshot, looks back at the very wrong instant, and it's going to be a very fast peek coming out from Love in the flank routes, being able to take out Quake, and Nepu coming in with his own kill onto NXS, and another round on the board for the side of SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT. It seems as though the gas pedals have already turned on, and SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT, they know that this is the do or die situation.
SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT securing that third round is gonna be so handy for them, and they very much look like they are in their element. Who would have thought that Haven might just be the playground for these attackers? And I really like what I see. Now on the side of Team Villainous, they gotta go for an eco, a little bit of a mini buy. We do see a stinger and a few sheriffs. Love and Appa very quick to take down these defenders. Now the spike is in a safe spot. Looks like the attackers, they just want the frags. Bon F finds the double, and Cruiser got last man standing. He fires away, but it's not gonna connect. Triple kill for Bond F, flawless round. And Team Villainous can definitely look to try and get a round for themselves right here with these investments, or they might just fall deeper into the rabbit hole, and SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT could end up overpowering them completely.
Vision, he does have Operator in hand though, after that save coming out from last round, but this is a naked Operator, and he needs to make this work, otherwise it's just gonna be game over for the entirety of Team Villainous, because first of all, you invested 5,000 credits in this round, you do not have any abilities, and now you gave your opponent a free Operator. This is where the round's gonna matter the most. But the Showstopper is gonna be available for the side of NXS, but the Owl drone coming in is gonna be able to tag him out with the help of the dark cover as well. Love does use the ultimate to get that kill onto Cruiser God, but Cruiser God, he's able to answer back with his own kill, and side control is going to be established really shortly by the side of SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT.
Now Nepu securing the plant. Here's the Hunter's Fury coming out from Quake. He finds the kill. He knows the spot. And Vision will get one for himself onto Appa. Now SLAYTHEMWITHRESPECT down to 2 members. The spike was not planted. They've got to retrieve it, and they have to carry out the objective. Vision waiting very patiently up here from Heaven. And he does have his abilities on hand. Bond F finding Gorang. Juven
There they are.
takes Vision down. And it seems like Slay Them With Respect in their element, as Quake is
30
the
seconds
last
left.
member standing here on the side of Villainous. A beautiful wall raised by Bond F. This is why the
enemy
Phoenix is so
remaining.
important. And Quake sneaks by, picks up the kill, but Bond F seals it up. And that is the 5th round for Slay Them With Respect. The Phoenix just proves to be so handy, like what you explained before the match started here, Aggressive. Bond F knows exactly what he's supposed to do, raising this wall. So Quake coming in, finding a very good kill, but you know, 1v2 scenario, Bond F ultimately came out on top. I did not expect a start like this here in map number 2, but Villainous, they're having a lot of trouble, it seems.
That is mainly due to the composition that Slaythem With Respect brought down to the table. The main thing that a triple this composition does is allow you to have so much aggression. You can play for a lot of these trades because you have 2 other duelists behind you. You have another form of flash, even if the Phoenix dies, allowing you to do what you need to do, just frag out of your mind. And it's gonna be Bond F. He does have the curveball in hand, but it's gonna be Cruiser God chiming in with his own headshots, being able to take out Love, and this will cause a floodgate to open for the side of Team Villainous. Them getting that first kill is gonna open up a lot, and they're gonna try and get this gun, but it seems as though Slay Them With Respect, they're not really opting to try and see if the gun is gonna get picked up real soon. And it is going to be Cruiser God slowly peeking his head out, trying to pick up that gun. It's not going to be able to find it. It's going to be Appa watching the gun spot. And he's able to catch out a greedy Cruiser God from that side. And a C push is going to be coming out. Vision does spot out at least 3 members on that side. Goes in for the dagger as he finds a double kill. He's looking for the 3rd, but Bond is straight in his face. He's like, face cam time, boys. It's going to be Gorang, though, coming in from the CT side to clean up Bond Def. And side control has been re-established once again for the side of Team Villainous, and it's gonna leave only Juven from the side. He has the bomb, and he's gonna be shifting towards that A side.
Team Villainous looks like they've got the attackers figured out.
10
Juven
seconds left.
trying to make the best of the situation here. He's going to get the spike planted, so that's a little bit extra
Spike
cash
planted.
in the pockets of the attackers. Now, as it ticks away, if Juven clutches this one 1v3, I'll be done. But this is going to be Juven not staying on site. He might just circle around. He's got to be a little bit careful not to move too far from the spike, solely because Villainous has those numbers. 1 member could be defusing, and you know, the other 2 can be looking out. But Juven, so quick, he knows exactly where he planted it. Now NXS, he's going to be having his chance, and the Hunter's Fury comes out right after picking up that kill. Now Juven, this is a 1v2, but NXS will be defusing it. A little bit too tough, but Juven does get the save on his gun. A thrifty round coming out from Team Villainous. Now the ability to analyze and adapt is very much prevalent here amongst the members of Team Villainous, so this is extremely great. One thing I would like to point out is that this is Haven, and Haven is known to be more of an attacker's side map. It's more attack favored, solely because you have 3 sites that you can attack on. There is a lot of room for opportunity for the attackers to kind of set the pace of the game and Slay Them With Respect. Securing these early 5 rounds, they know how to do that, and they gotta keep doing that before Team Villainous sees through all of their thoughts and actions and uses it against them.
It is going to be a B-side push, though, this time around, it seems, for the side of Slay Them With Respect, but already the army is awaiting them. Being Team Villainous, they have stacked up onto this B side quite heavily, with the 2 members being Nexus and Cruiser God. One watching the camera, making sure that there's going to be no garage push at the very minimum coming out, while NXS is watching his back. Gorang, though, he smells the push coming out on the side of A. Throws out the dark cover to slow them down as much as he can, but Slay Them With Respect, they have their eyes set, and they're going to be executing onto this A side real shortly.
Now Cruiser God, this is NXS. Definitely waiting for NXS to kind of pop off and show us what he's about. Not exactly having a good time, but
30 seconds
NXS
left.
does have some really good moments. Love here will take down Cruiser God. And
Spike
Love with the
planted.
second kill. Looks like the Sova dodges the hot hands just by a little bit. NXS is gonna find Love and slay them with respect. 4 members strong. Team Villainous, they're looking for the retake. Bondef just gonna drop the curveball. Appa's pushing it. NXS with the showstopper. It's not gonna connect. This is by an inch.
remaining.
And Bondef is gonna find a kill. So does Appa. Quake is the last man standing, lingering in heaven. Finds the frag onto Bondef. And what was that headshot onto Juven? Quake is out of his mind. He may not secure this round for Team Villainous, but you gotta love watching this man when it comes to just pure raw aim. But slay them with respect. All in all, 5 rounds in the lead over the defenders. This is the redemption that they need, and the dominance that will help them to stay in the running here in the lower bracket of the semifinals.
So with respect, I think that after that first match, they were like, hey, we need to like think about how we are actually going to be taking these fights against Team Villainous. And now that they're going into this triple duelist competition where they have a lot of confidence taking a lot of these gunfights, they're not really playing for the macro playstyle, they're playing for the micros. And this is where they're catching Team Villainous off guard. Yes, of course, Team Villainous have amazing micro capabilities, but the fact is that they're focusing so much on the macro potential that they're getting caught off guard by the aggression coming out from the side of Team Slay Them With Respect. But just as I say, Love, he just runs on in and he gets that headshot on the Vision, being able to take him out, causing even more damage. NXS comes out from his side, and Juven with the shock dart is able to find one onto Gorang. Nepu answers back on the Cruiser Guard as well. NXS tapping away with the Sheriff, but it's not gonna be enough as Bondef with his own headshot is just able to clean up NXS coming out from the side. It's gonna be leaving Quake. You know how good he is when he comes to these scenarios. Quake gets that first kill onto Bondef, evening out the playing field just a little bit more. The paranoia does come out, does not connect though. It is gonna be Quake slowly creeping his way up. He's gonna find the second kill, and he may just clutch this out going into a 1 versus 1 scenario.
Quake, that's what you call big brain. He does get 2 kills, 1v3. Now it's a 1v1, but Nepu being sneaky, just like Omen himself, and does secure that round for his team. But Slay Them With Respect, it almost feels like they're a completely different team to what we saw in map 1. They're just so in their element here. And Team Villainous, they've got to come up with a plan that is going to work, because Quake is always the last man alive, and he's gotta, you know, he's put in very high pressure situations. Now a Team Villainous just played a little bit more defensive, wait for that info, let the plant happen, and take their time to go in for the retake by spreading themselves out. You know, work around the strong communication, team communication that they have. They could get a couple of rounds for themselves before they go into the second half. But it's going to be a tough feat, because the triple duelists on the side of Slay Them With Respect, they are playing it to perfection, and Vision, he secures the kill onto Love, but with only 14 HP. He's looking for the next one. He flicks, but it doesn't connect.
One thing that I expect Team Villainous to do is, first of all, just play in for the retakes, as you stated before. They should play for that mainly for the for one sole reason, because there's so much utility that Slay Them With Respect have. You need to force them to waste that utility so you have an easy time getting into the retake scenarios. You have a lot of your own utility that is good for the retake scenarios instead of the holding down a lot of these sides. And it's gonna be Cruiser God chiming in with his own headshot on the Juven. Does use the neural theft. All the positions have been found. It's gonna be Nepu though coming in massive, being able to take one on the Vision with a well-placed headshot. It's gonna be Bondef using his own flashes. Bondef gets one coming out from the side, but NXS answers back with his own kill onto Appa. Gorang slowly making his way down into the side. He's gonna be able to take out one, but Quake chimes in with his own headshots coming out from the back of CT, and that was a clean kill and a clean round coming out from the side of Team Villainous as they're going into the retake situation. And just as you stated before, Oppo, this is what they need to do to try and take the lead away from the side of Slay Them With Respect, because these rounds are very crucial. If Slay Them With Respect go down 7 and 5, and Team Villainous are able to get these constant round wins, this is gonna put them in such a bad scenario moving onto the defensive side, because they're gonna be playing very telegraphed in comparison to the attacking half, which will allow the entirety of Team Villainous to just capitalize on their own abilities in comparison to Slay Them With Respect.
Yeah, I agree. And looking at the scoreboard here, everyone's very much ready. So economy is pretty alright for both teams. But this round is where it's going to matter. They might just want to take it just to maintain a healthy one. Now this is Cruiser God, very aggressive, pushing out of C site, down C long. And he's just going to wait right around the corner, and Cruiser God picks up the kill onto Juven. Now changing up your plans, sometimes you're gonna go aggressive, sometimes you're gonna be passive. It really works because it makes it very difficult for your opponents to kind of read into your movement. Now Nepu with the return kill, very much needed for the side of attack. And it seems like they do have their sights set on the C side, but the AWP is very much there and ready to take them down. Vision, you can rely on him, on that jet, and the operator. Absolutely nuts. Now the two members down C long are extremely low, but Vision is gonna have the patience. Meanwhile,
30
I
seconds
do believe that is Appa pushing up into B side. Vision finds his next kill. He might just find one more, but Nepu just too quick. Slay Them With Respect, dangerously low on health, and Appa gets taken out by NXS. Now Vision must have given them the info. They know where Nepu is. He's gonna dash out the Paranoia, but Quake is waiting for him. And that will be the third round for Team Villainous. I mean, even if it took the Villains quite a while to read into the attack strategy of Slay Them With Respect, just so they can secure the rounds, it's better late than never. And like how you mentioned, you know, if Team Villainous continues to take the next 2 rounds, they can definitely have, you know, a better chance in the second half to kind of just close this best of 3 in their favor. But Slay Them With Respect, it doesn't look like they're going to go down easy. They're going to put up a massive fight. We can see the hunger in them. And ultimately, I love to see it.
Slay Them With Respect, they're not really going in for those rotation plays, and this is gonna hurt them the most. They're not gonna be checking the back corner. Gronk, he comes in massive, he finds 2 immediately as they're pushing up that A long side. 2 of the duelists have already gone down, 2 of the sources of damage, and you're gonna have the third source of damage already gone as well, being Appa. Gorang going in for the spray, but Nepu, who comes in with his own Phantom, is just way too quick. It's gonna be leaving Slay Them With Respect in a 2 versus 4 scenario already. Make it a 1 versus 4 scenario, because it's just gonna be leaving Juven. He's caught between a rock and a hard place, and the hard place is gonna be Vision with that operator just cleaning him up and sending him back home. And ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be Team Villainous playing at these off angles, catching Slay Them With Respect off guard. This is what's the beauty of the strategy that Team Villainous have. They have 3 agents that can easily play these off angles, and are gonna be able to survive and able to get out, being the Omen, being the being the Jet, and being the Raze. These 2 operators allow them to counteract any sort of hyper-aggressive push that you can expect coming out from the side of Slay Them With Respect. And now that they have understood how to go up against them, it allows them to do a lot more as well.
Team Villainous. Vision is gonna find Bond F, and it seems like a momentum shift, but Love on that Spectre finds the headshot onto Vision. Very nicely done. Cruiser God, he gets ambushed by Appa, who was sneaking in by the corner. Now NXS, he's gonna push out as well, go for a more aggressive stance, and NXS sprays, he takes out Appa. Love will find Gorang, and that is down to the 2v3. Quake, he's watching his back. He's watching every angle. Nepu, he's gonna sneak in from the B side, and he catches Quake from behind. Now NXS, last man standing, Juven. Now that is gonna be the first half, ending at 8-4. Very much heavily in favor of Slay Them With Respect. And you know, if anything, Team Villainous hit magic number 4. But slay them with respect right now. They are on fire after losing 4 rounds consecutively. They came back and they ended the first half on a really good note. Very positive for them. Now, the real question is, in this second half with the side swap, slay them with respect with their triple duelist composition. How do you think that is going to work on the defensive side?
I think this is where the composition is going to be hurting the most. Because I understand what. Okay, so we need to understand one thing. When it comes to the triple duelist composition, players are normally going to be playing in a very telegraphed manner in comparison to any other composition, because when it comes to triple duelist on defense, if you play the composition defensively, you're already just throwing away the match because you're not really using the main strength of the composition, which is taking the fight straight to your opponent. So I expect a lot of things coming out from the side of Stadium with respect. There are ways you can switch up how you play this composition when it comes to the defensive half, but it mainly revolves around you forcing yourself onto mid. We have seen it previously coming out from other teams. I can't remember the name of the team from the top of my head, but them pushing in through the mid side. For example, first of all, throwing the pain grenades into the mid window, then immediately with Bondef, he's going to be able to come in through Garage with his own curveball. Mid window has already been cleared by Love because of the pain shields, allowing him to push up forward. And these are the type of plays that I would expect coming out from such a composition, while the other three remaining members hold down C, hold down A, allowing the mid players to actually take control over mid, cutting off any sort of a play that they can make going in for the rotations, forcing Appa in a situation that he's going to be like, okay, I can actually move up, I can actually get some frags this time around while being in a very safe position. This is the type of play that I want to see coming out from the side of Slay Them with respect. But Team Villainous, they have such a composition that if they play defensively, they're gonna be like, if Slay Them with respect plays defensively, they're gonna be losing. They have Quake. He has amazing shock dart lineups. They have an access to flush out any single corner. The paranoia is present. So much information, so much value in their abilities. That Slay Them with respect, they need to be playing out of the box to go up against such a juggernaut.
I completely agree. And that is extremely creative. So, you know, when you have 3 duelists, aggression is key. And, you know, synergizing the usage of abilities, like you mentioned, you know, using the grenade in the window, and then the Phoenix can look for an opportunity in Garage. Meanwhile, Reina could follow up where she might please. That is what Slay Them with respect has to do. It's going to be a lot of pressure to pull it off as well. Now, as for Team Villainous, I do feel that their composition is pretty well-rounded, but the question is, what do you think is the best way for them to attack? You know, usually we see the Phoenix, the Flash is pretty much, there's that. Or sometimes, you know, if you're looking at godlike esports, we have seen a little bit of success on their end where, you know, they run the breach. And instead of the Phoenix, you know, they have the breach and, you know, they throw in the flashes, they let the jet dash in. How do you think with this composition, Team Villainous can pull off a successful attack? They might have to rotate quite a bit.
Team Villainous is one of those teams that I stated before. Haven is one of their playgrounds, mainly because they know how to utilize the strength of the map, which is the rotation type plays. And they have agents that excel when it comes to the rotation plays. They have agents that can sell a site fake really, really, really easily. But in comparison to the side of Slay Them with respect, they had the triple duelist composition. They cannot really sell a site execute because they have 3 duelists. Sending at least 1 duelist in to a site doesn't mean that they're actually going to be going in there, because the other 2 are probably somewhere sitting around and they're not entering. Means that it's already, like, you already know for a fact that they're going to be switching over. So, like, Team Villains, they have that upper hand when it comes to faking a lot of these sites, going in for a lot of these rotation plays, as you stated before. And that is how they're going to need to win. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult.
All right, we are back with the action, and this is going to be the first round, pistol round here in the second half. Now, Appa finds the first kill, but NXS is quick to return it on that Sheriff, always investing in that
Oh my
pistol.
god!
NXS! You can't just appear out of nowhere and pick up kills like that. He is gonna get shot down extremely low. The paint shell forces that defender to pull himself back. Gorang and Cruiser God, they find kills of their own. But NX says this was what we were waiting for. 2 opening frags. That is a great way to start off the round, and Gorang wraps that up onto Nepu. 5th round for Team Villainous. Boy, those were some sick shots.
I don't think any strategy is gonna help when you have aim like NX's. Pretty sure that no one can really do anything when you have that good of aim and you're that confident in your own plays, no matter what kind of strategy you have. But at the same time, Slaying with Respect, one key mistake I stated before as well, not really using aggression, not really taking the fight to your enemies. This is where it hurt them the most. When the entirety of Team Villainous, they have side control, they have so much mobility, they have so many ways of getting off angles that you as duelists, you trying to clear off every single angle without an ability to clear much is gonna hurt you a lot. It's gonna be Cruiser God though chiming in with his own shots, gets a headshot out of 3, cleans it all up. It's gonna be Vision coming in with the Ghost as well onto Juven with his jiggle beats. Gets another one, and Vision getting the last kill off from the inside of Garage to clean it all up. And it's gonna be a 6-8 round for the side of Slay Them With Respect. And they're having a lot of issues when it comes to this defensive half.
Oh yeah, Slay Them With Respect. They've got a massive task ahead of them, but Team Villainous just carrying over that pistol round win and securing the second. Now this is where it's going to matter. Everyone across the board, they're going to have their buys. Let's just pull it up real quick and have a look at who is topping the charts as well. Quake, they're very consistent together with Vision. And we have Bond F, of course, played a brilliant Phoenix there in the first half. Now Team Villainous inching their way back up, looking for a tie on the scoreboard. Slay Them With Respect, they've got to do something now. And if they do let this round slip away, the economy is going to suffer, and that just, you know, creates space for Team Villainous to ultimately come back. Now, Nepu, he does have a dark cover in hand, should utilize it, but it seems like the Owl drone has been dropped by the attackers. Bond F finds the first kill onto Vision. And Love here, he'll be spraying away at the B side. Gorang, he's initiating that spike. Now, post-plant positions are very key. Team Villainous, they should have it all down. Gorang does throw out a paranoia. Appa here coming in from defender side spawn. And it seems like Slay Them With Respect, they're looking for the setup. Cruiser God takes out Love. Appa's gonna find Gorang. And it's down to a 3v4. Very much in favor of the defenders, but they've got to play their cards right. NXS, he's got the nade in hand. He's gonna toss it. Bond F will fight Cruiser God. And it's a 2v3. NXS! This is NXS right there. But Bond F gets the kill onto Quake. And that's gonna be a 4K for Bond F. Saving that round for Slay Them With Respect. 9 rounds on the board for the defenders, getting their defuse off as well. Absolutely brilliant. That third round mattered a lot. Now Team Villainous, they might just be in a pickle.
The main issue that I saw was the plant position coming out from the side of Team Villainous. That costed them that round entirely, allowing Slay Them With Respect to defuse from a really safe position while the other remaining members were able to go in for the body blocks. Was just so beautiful. And of course, Bondep, when you look at this man, he's like, I have aim, and I'm gonna make sure that I take you down. And Love, it's like, yep, I'm gonna go in for the aggressive plays. This is how this composition needs to be played. They need to be aggressive. They need to take these fights straight to the face of Team Villainous and be like, we are the actual true villains. We are the triple duelists, and we're gonna be taking a lot of these fights against you. And Bondef, he's coming out on top in all of these engagements, going up against the entirety of Team Villainous, and they're looking to close it out one after the next, but it's going to be Vision already entering down into the side. Gorang takes down onto Love. It's going to be Juven coming in from the side as well, but Appa is already in the back end to actually help out his buddy, and he takes down the member pushing in, being Gorang. It's going to be Quake left in a 1v4 situation. He does have the shock darts in hand, but he does not have the spike. One from the heaven side and one from the very bottom. Bondef comes in massive, cleans up the last remaining kill, sending Team Villainous to a 10-6 scoreline, as seems as though this defensive half coming out from the side of Slay Them With Respect is just so strong.
These underdogs are giving Team Villainous a run for their money. Very good round by the defenders, as well as, you know, keeping 4 members alive. That is just so good for them. They need 3 rounds to secure this map number 2, and they still be in the running. Team Villainous definitely struggling here on the side of attack. They've got to set the pace. They have to create the opportunity for themselves. Now Vision, he's going to whip out that Blade Storm. He's decked up with abilities. You do see mini buys coming in. Now Vision, just taking it very slow. He's gonna push the down cover. He dashes in, picks up the kill on Napu, but Love is quick to return it. Now Love finds the double. Love finds a triple, and Bondef it comes into the party, takes a double, and that was just all Love and Bondef on those duelists. And hey, you know, if you are comfortable on particular agent picks, like how Love and Bondef are, if you can make it work in defense, even if you have a 3 duelist comp. Now Slay Them With Respect, they secure their 11th round. This does look like the map might be heavily in favor of the defenders to secure.
Slay them with love. This is one of those words this is one of those lines that we all heard over and over again, and Love showing what he can do when he has that confidence on his playing at that off angle, using the contact that was established by the side of Nepu. He does go down, but he takes so much attention away from the side of Love that he was able to get those 3 kills off immediately, no matter what. And it's going to be a pause coming out at the 0 seconds. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, no one's really waiting it out, and the barrier is still going to be there. And one thing that we need to talk about coming out from that last round was how they actually played the defense. Like, the fact is that Team Villainous, they have a composition that excels when it comes to going in for the rotation plays, but they're not opting to go in for the rotations whatsoever. They're trying to force themselves down onto a side. Love goes in for an aggressive peek, but didn't really have a lot of backup, and didn't really have any form of backup on his side. Does get taken down immediately when he is alone, and this A side is going to be completely taken over. But a smart play coming out from the side of Slay Them With Respect. They're playing in for the retakes, waiting in for all of their members to come in. They have the flashes, they have the executes on their side. So let us see what they do going into a 4 versus 5 post-match scenario.
I love the spot that Vision is on. He's going to catch one off guard, and he dashes away to safety. 37 HP left. Slay Them With Respect. Only 3 members. They're going in for the retake. Now the post-plant positions are a little bit dodgy. Coming out from Team Villainous, and Slay Them With Respect. They get multiple frags, and Team Villainous completely drop that round. Quake is the last member standing, and Nepu, triple kill. It seems like the momentum shift is very much evident as Slay Them With Respect. 12
Match
rounds.
point.
That is match point. And they are coming in hot. Haven seems to be their playground here, aggressive.
Remember what I stated before, Oppo, when I told that this team is really good when it comes to playing aggressively. When they think about the macro play way too much, that is when it hurts them the most. And the macro play for Triple Duelist is a lot more simpler in comparison to any other composition, and they're able to utilize it down to the T. When it comes to the Triple Duelist, you only have to do one thing. You need to set up your flashes in a proper way so your teammates are not affected and you affect most of the map. And then it's all just down to your pure raw mechanical skill. And Slay Them With Respect, they're showing how dominant they are when it comes to these mechanical plays. Quake, he's having moments of brilliance, but at the same time, it's going to be hurting them a lot. It's going to be Alpha and Love coming in from the side. Remember, this is what I said before. Taking mid control, taking the fight straight to your opponent. It's going to be going down left, right, and center, but Gorong goes in for the plant onto the C slide. And Cruiser God, he's going to be holding himself down this garage side, but Nepu, he's way too quick. Be able to take one of the Cruiser God. Gorong coming in from the sidelines, but doesn't spot out Juvid and Quake. He's probably having some technical difficulties coming out from his side. 6 and 12 is the scoreline. And it's just going to be a diffuse coming out for the side of Slay Them With Respect. And 1-for-1 is this set. Going into the third map, it's going to be a long set indeed.
Defenders win.
Today is not our
That is
day
Slay
to
Them With
die.
Respect with the comeback here. The underdogs made it in map 2, secured it for themselves, and they will take Team Villainous into a map 3. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Juicy competition in this lower bracket of the semifinals. both these teams are hanging by a thread. There's no more second chances after this semifinal. So they're going to have to fight their heart out. They've got to put everything down, show us everything that they've got. They prepared for this moment. And moving into the next phase of the semifinals is just one more step to get into the finals. Now, love their Bond F Appa. All three of the duelists definitely made themselves known. So, that composition works. And, slay them with respect. That was actually really impressive because I had my doubts, did they actually know how to pull off that kind of composition? But they definitely proved me wrong. So no point in doubting. So let's head over into the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 notebook, powered by 4000 series Ryzen processors. Perfect for gaming and multitasking. We're going to talk a little bit more about what went down in map 2, which was Haven, between Slay Them With Respect and Team Villainous. So yeah, I mentioned about Slay Them With Respect and the 3 duelist composition. I really enjoyed it. I can see some areas of improvement with the execution, but nonetheless, it was still a risk that they took, which is great because, usually most teams, they want to go for the standard composition of 2 duelists, you got an initiator, 1 controller, 1 sentinel, that kind of thing. Something more so like what Team Villainous went for. Now, as for Team Villainous, it seemed like this map, it was just not their cup of tea. When they were on the side of defense, they definitely did struggle quite a bit. And then on the side of attack, they kind of failed to control the pace of the game. But, Team Villainous, we also saw their dominating strength in map 1. So it could be anybody's game at this point moving into map 3. All in all, I do like the performance that I see from both teams, from both map 1 and map 2. So map 3, I think, is going to be equally as spicy. What are your afterthoughts here, Aggressive?
My thoughts when it comes to this map is Team Villains, first of all, when it came to the defensive half, they played pretty well. They played really well. They didn't do really badly. It took them a little while to understand how to counteract the composition, but they found it out, and they got a lot of rounds when it came to the defensive half, taking it to an 8-4. Nothing really much to talk about there. The main flaw that I saw when it to the side of Team Villainous was not really going in for the rotation plays. When you face a triple duelist composition, there's one key factor you need to remember about this comp, that they always need to stick together. The 3 duelists, most of the time, 2 of them are going to be sticking together. So one side is going to be weak. The side that you hit initially is going to force out a rotation, and immediately 2 duelists are going to be coming in to back up the rest of the members. And there's going to leave that one duelist, lonely duelist, on that other side, being A, let it be B. You need to take that gamble and you need to make the rotation play. But it seems as though Team Villainous, they wanted to take a lot of these fights immediately, and they didn't really bait out a lot of utility themselves, causing something like this to happen. Because the retake situation is basically like them moving back to attack. Say them with respect, they had that advantage on their side. They had the flashes. They have all of their utility available because none of them was wasted initially. And this caused Villainous to lose their rounds and also lose this map. So hopefully they're going to bring their A game down to the 3rd map.
So it's 1-1. Map 1 secured by Slay Them With Respect, and map 1 secured by Team Villainous, and map 2 secured by Slay Them With Respect. Now map 3 will ultimately settle the score, and the team that wins will continue in the running to try and get to the finals of this TEC Challenger Series 4. Now, as we prep for that, remember we have a massive sale on LG monitors, so do pick one up, buff your setup, and Series 5 registrations are now live, so you can grab your buddies and join in on the action. So do stick around, grab a drink, chill out, and we'll be back very shortly with map 3 to settle the score between Slay Them With Respect and Team Villainous.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young,
Hey guys, and welcome back. Unfortunately, I have some pretty bad news. We will not be streaming map number 3 because there is no match going on. Unfortunately, it seems like Vision from the side of Team Villainous has some heavy internet connection issues. So Team Villainous, they wouldn't be able to compete, and it has been a forfeit. So Slay Them With Respect, they move over to the next stage of the lower bracket in the semifinals. It's pretty, this is a bit of a bummer, but Aggressive, do you have anything to add about this?
One thing, it's just that it's a sad story coming out for the side of Team Villainous. They wanted to close it all down, but still, I give the congratulations towards the side of Slay Them With Respect and good luck moving forward into the finals. But
Oh yeah.
it's not the end of the world coming out from the side of Team Villainous. There's, of course, Series 5 down in the description below, and everyone should be joining Team Villainous down in the description, and you should be signing up as well to test your mettle against one of these top teams. Maybe you can beat Slay Them With Respect. You saw how they played, you saw what they can do, and maybe you're going to be bringing something even better down into the table. So moving forward into Series 5, I'm really hoping that Team Villainous are going to be bringing something different, something much more massive. And of course, Slay Them With Respect, they're moving forward into the into the finals for the lower brackets. So they have one more shot to go at the title.
Indeed. So Team Villainous, I hope to see you guys in Series 5, and congratulations ultimately to Slay Them With Respect for making it over to the next phase of the lower bracket in the semi-finals. Now this brings us to the end of the first half. Remember, we still have more games lined up for all of you. The second half will kick off at 8 p.m. tonight, so remember to like and subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. We also have a massive sale on LG monitors, and also sign up for Series 5, which kicks off next month. All links in the description, you know the drill. This was the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. We have ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. We hope to see you guys later for the second half. So go play a couple of games of Valorant, and we'll see you guys then. My name is Apollonia. I was your host and caster for this, and joining me was Aggressive, caster and analyst. Great to have you with me. And without further ado, we're going to close the stream. So good night, guys, and happy gaming. See y'all in the second half.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young, baby, while we're Thank you.